Welcome. My name is Jody Adams. I'm a licensed massage therapist and a doTERRA wellness advocate. Today's webinar, we're going to talk about the Autoimmune Matrix. So I'd like you to take a piece of paper, pen and pencil, and write down any questions that you may have throughout this presentation. And I'll be posting my link at the end. That way you'll be able to contact me and I can answer any of your questions that you may have and guide you in your journey to wellness. Imagine health expressed as a triangle. At the base of your genes, all 23,000 of them, each of these are inherited by your parents and are present your whole life. However, they are not necessarily noticed until some other factors activate them. The genes can be turned on and off, much like a light switch, by what we visualize as the point of the health triangle: the chemical self, the physical self, and the mental self. It is understood that autoimmune diseases are caused by chemical, physical, and mental influences turning on certain genes. In other words, autoimmunity is by lifestyle, choice, and behavior. For example, if we are not tending to our physical self, our chemical self reacts, and vice versa. Our influence of chemical, physical, and mental can be determined our health to be either compromised or optimized. Most conventional doctors today will solely focus on the chemical component using medication. There are endless ways to influence the body using this standard of care, such as artificially manipulating inflammation, vital hormones, and many of the other essential chemical processes within the body. This is all done with one goal in common: covering up the symptom. On other hand, functional medicine doctors address the origin of the disease to ensure comprehensive and effective treatment. Covering up the symptom should never be considered or as a cure. Functional medicine is centered around the patient versus the disease. Practitioners see health problems as a reaction to dysfunction within the body rather than an isolated issue. This approach is truly revolutionizing the medical field by empowering patients to better understand imbalances in their bodies, how these imbalances affect their health, and the solution available to support the natural healing mechanism within their body. When this is applied to autoimmune complications, people are astounded by the improvement in their health, if not completely recovered. The chemical component of health will be a large majority of what we discussed throughout this presentation, but for good reason. In short, chemistry is a sense rather than anything that enters the body. This refers to food, vitamins, minerals, waters, preservatives, pesticides, dyes, and so much more. Other environmental factors that you may have less control over, but nonetheless still control over exposure, include bacteria, parasites, toxins, allergen, and other microorganisms. The common theme throughout the triangle of health is your control. Your chemical self is influenced by what you choose can enter your body, and in turn, the chemical influence of your gene activation. In other words of Dr. Osborne, the importance of nutrition can't be argued. It's absolutely critical. Essential nutrients found in foods such as vitamins, minerals, amino acid, carbohydrates, and fats are necessary for proper function of the body. Each have their own job, and everyone's needs are specific to their own unique health and body. One thing to consider is why behind these deficiencies. It may be due to not consuming enough food that contain them, impaired gut function, your gut health, or the result of an existing autoimmune issue. The most common nutrients deficiencies seen in practice include, but are not limited to, vitamin D, vitamin B12, zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, and believe it or not, water. Unfortunately, the commonplace of measuring these levels is serum testing. Serum testing can be incredibly limiting, as they do not take into account the fluctuation of vitamin content throughout the day or around meals. That being said, serum lab testing is not a good indicator of the storage of nutrients, the sustained nutrient levels, and the adequate deficiencies after digestion. Just think about that. This is an important conversation to have with your doctor if they are only offering you the serum testing. Later in this presentation, we will be reviewing other recommended testing procedures. First, we are going to take a closer look at some of these deficiencies. Vitamin D spotlight. Most immune cells have specific vitamin D receptors which help immune activity and response. It is no surprise that clear connections have been found between autoimmune disease and this deficiency. A few of the most prominent include type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and multiple sclerosis. Some of the common foods that are high in vitamin D include fortified cereals, mushrooms, eggs, tuna, and wild-caught salmon. The most abundant source of vitamin D, however, listen very carefully, is from your direct sunlight. Yet we are advised to limit our time in the sun and wear UV blocking protection. However, vitamin D is known as an aid in proper immune system function. This term helps prevent autoimmune disorders. This doesn't add up, does it? Think about it. So let's go into medications and deficiencies. Common medications used to treat autoimmune diseases can actually cause vitamin and mineral deficiencies and in turn hinder the immune system. We can see how this is truly counterproductive. You deserve to know if your medication you've been prescribed causing deficiency, and if so, you also deserve to be given the appropriate supplementation. For a reference, consider the following general information. For common blood pressure medications, the following deficiency may occur: vitamin B1, B6, C, magnesium, calcium, potassium, zinc, sodium, CoQ10. For some common cholesterol medicine, the following deficiencies may occur: vitamin A, B2, B6, B12, D, E, K, folic acid, beta-carotene, iron, and CoQ10. For common diabetes medicine, the following deficiencies may occur: vitamin B12, folic acid, and CoQ10. For common anti-inflammatory medication, the following deficiencies may occur: vitamin A, C, D, B12, folic acid, potassium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. For the common heartburn medication, the following deficiencies may occur: vitamin B12, D, folic acid, beta-carotene, calcium, iron, and zinc. For the common hormone replacement medication, the following deficiencies may occur: vitamin B2, B, B6, B12, C, folic acid, magnesium, zinc, and selenium. Please note, make sure you listen to this, please note that these do not go for all of these medications, but for general guidelines. Above all, it is always most important to have the proper testing to ensure you are being treated your unique needs. Communicate with your physicians. That's further and the most important. We are exposed to toxins on a regular basis, and many are often unavoidable. These include, but not limited to, pesticides, GMOs, air pollutants, heavy metals, and chemical exposures. Contaminants. Toxins can be caused of many health complications, such as, so pay close attention to this. These exposures with the buildup of these exposures can cause muscle aches, joint pain, fatigue, sinus congestion, postnasal drip, headaches, bloating, and any autoimmunity. To reduce and prevent this toxic overload, there are many ways to minimize exposures, such as organic, non-GMO foods, air purification system, water filters, toxic-free household items. And if we're looking at toxic-free household items, the essential oil is a great alternative. So let's go over some lab tests that we really want to be aware of so we can talk with our physician. Luckily, there are ways to monitor your nutrition deficiencies, toxic buildup, and body imbalances. Consider these tests when working with your functional medicine doctor, as they are designed to assess your individual nutrition status. Lipocytes proliferation. This test for nutrition storage versus what is simply found in the bloodstream of the serum. This is a more concrete measure in a sense that it does not change as frequently as the results of other do. Iodine loading test. This measures your iodine status and the possible deficiency. 25-OHD. This test is an effective way to measure vitamin D. Iron panel with ferritin. The important part here is the ferritin. Be sure to request this, as most doctors do not make their initial avenue of iron testing. CBC, also known as a complete blood count. This is the most comprehensive blood test for assessing anemia and the functioning of many systems within the body. Homocysteine. This is an indicator marker for the nutritional state of vitamin B2, B6, B12, and folate. Hemoglobin A1C. This detects average blood sugar. C-reactive protein. This is a marker of inflammation, so this is very important. Insulin. Insulin affects the body in a number of ways, but above all, this test measures the amount of stress on the pancreas based on the amount of sugar found in the bloodstream. The gut, aka the gateway to health. In order to properly diagnose nutrition deficiencies or most health complications in general, it is important to rule out any issue associated with gut function. If your gut is not functioning properly, it is unlikely that your body will be able to absorb the proper nutrients. Therefore, eating the right foods or taking the right supplements will go unnoticed, and you may become frustrated with a lack of improvement. Just think about that. Some of the major functions of the gut include digestion, immune response, nutrients absorption, hormone regulation, vitamin production, detoxification, and mood management. Above all, the gut's sole purpose to ensure you are absorbing the good and excreting the bad. If this balance is disrupted, major health complications occur. Listen to this very closely. There is 10 times the amount of bacteria in our body than our own cells. and the majority of them are housed within our digestive system. That being said, gut health is truly the gateway to health for a number of reasons. Fortunately, our gut has defense or firewalls that helps it protect due to its job. These include GALT, which stands for gastro-associated lymphoid tissue. This is the gut's immune system, and in fact, 70% of our entire immune system. It has tight junctions. These are small proteins that are responsible for holding the gut cell together. Mucosal IgA, and otherwise known as immunoglobulin A, and is the antibodies considered our first line of defense against toxins. Friendly bacteria, as we mentioned, we have more bacteria in our bodies than we do our own cells. That bacteria can communicate with the gut, warning its potential danger. Stomach acid. This is absolutely essential for the digestion and absorption of nutrients. All of these barriers together combine to promote a healthy gut, and in turn, healthy immunity. Let's talk about damaging the gut. These components have been proven significantly to damage the gut. Standard American diet, chemicals such as pesticides, preservatives, heavy metals, food dyes, GMO, infections such as bacterial, viral, pesticides, or yeast overgrowth, gluten or other grains, food allergies, excess medicine, aggressive exercise, chronic stress, glyphosate, microbial transglutaminase, which is also a chemical. These are some of the main causes of leaky gut syndrome. So how the gut gets leaky. Leaky gut is when the tight junctions between the intestinal cells begin to open up due to the proteins breaking down. When this happens, bacteria, chemicals, and toxins have the ability to leak outside the digestive tract and eventually into the bloodstream. This signals a flow of immune antibodies and an increase of reactions. This cycle continues and leads to autoimmunity. It is important to know what is irritating your gut, specifically irritating your gut. Medication damage. If your medication, it is critical to be aware of the potential risks. So know what the risk of your medication is. Some include antibiotics can destroy the good bacteria needed for digestion. It can cripple vitamin synthesis and increase risk of yeast overgrowth. Common pain medication have been found to erode the mucosal lining of the stomach and the small intestines. Acid reflux medicine blocks stomach acid production. In turn, this hinders digestion and absorption, often leading to nutrition deficiency. So really know what the side effects of your medicine. Antidepressants, for example, negatively affect the neurotransmitters in the gut. Gluten and autoimmunity. Gluten allergies and sensitivities have becoming more commonly. However, recent research has been implementing that gluten can even cause adverse health effects in people that don't have these common conditions. Why is this, you ask? Well, gluten produces a protein. This protein directly affects the lining of the intestinal lining. Hello, leaky gut. The antibodies that are internally produced attacked the glycan, one of the gluten's building blocks, leaches out of the GI tract and into the bloodstream. The bodies react by secreting inflammation chemicals as a defense mechanism. Think about that. However, the body becomes unable to tell between the gluten and the invader and the body's healthy tissues. This is what we call the start to autoimmunity. Allergens. Some of the most common ignored allergies include food allergies, medicine allergies, surgical allergies, chemical allergies, mold allergies, and allergies in the additives of any of the above. All untreated allergies can cause serious health complications, including autoimmune disease. Fortunately, there are many ways to test for allergies, including skin tests, blood tests, lung function tests, patch testing, food challenging, often in the form of elimination diets. Heavy metals. Common heavy metals and elements include cadmium, mercury, lead, arsenic, fluoride, bromide, and chlorine. They are all incredibly dangerous to your health and immunity. Unfortunately, we are exposed to all of these in our air we breathe, the water we drink, and even the food we eat. The most alarming way toxic minerals affect the health is by competing with beneficial memories for binding sites. Think about that. This leads to deficiency regardless of their dietary intake. So really realize this when you think about it. Your exposure to many of these toxins is often gradually, and therefore the accumulation can be left unnoticed for extended periods of time. They just gradually build up. Let's focus the spotlight on fluoride. Fluoride consumption has been an increasing more predominant issue. It is often put in public water and encouraged by your dental routine visits. Yet researchers suggest that this mass exposure can affect autoimmune thyroid disease, brain damage, and the displacement of iron. Note that iron is especially important for the thyroid function and the production of T4, the thyroid hormone. Inhibiting the production and maintenance of essential thyroid hormones have truly dangerous and disrupting consequences. Really think about that. If the thyroid does not operate properly, many health concerns occur, complications, such as renal dysfunction, fatigue, depression, weight gain, muscle ache, brain fog, low libido, and guess what? Autoimmunity. So let's wrap up the chemical U. Our health is truly a combination of the things we put in our bodies, between the quality of food we eat, the exposure of toxins, and our body's ability to detox effectively. Our chemical makeup is directly affected. Work with your functional medicine doctor to ensure you are receiving the proper testing, a comprehensive healing strategy, and the support you deserve to take control of your chemical health. So let's get into the physical self. The physical component of health is a bit more straightforward, as it sometimes we confront every day. Physical activity, the integrity of our muscles, and our body mechanics. There is a common misconception that as we age, our health naturally declines. We hear it all the time from doctors that it's just part of the aging process, basically symptomatic with our body's breakdown and become sick. However, this is very wrong. Instead, our choice, what we do is facilitate this breakdown. As we age, we begin to exercise less. Life gets crazy. This is not due to the inability to exercise. It is a choice we make. Again, because we get busy. Life happens. And it is just, not to be as active. We choose that because of life. This sedentary lifestyle breeds a dangerous cycle of health issues, including muscle atrophy. Muscle atrophy increases joint pressure, decreases flexibility, and pain. Then causes us to continue not to exercise, which leads to more muscle loss, further joint restriction, and further pain. Can you guess the solution? Just think about it. Get moving. Just simply move. Finding an exercise routine that feels right for you is one of those most important health decisions you can make. If you are currently in pain, however, you must start slow and work with a professional to guide you through a routine that will not worsen your condition and further complications. Just start somewhere. Just move, even if it's just a minute. Introducing exercise. In order to introduce physical fitness into your life, remember these tips. Start where you are. Don't try to do what your friends are doing. If that's not where you are, make small changes. Determine an individualized goal. Create a routine. Do not give up if you do not see immediate results. Health takes time. Give yourself a break. Some ideas to get moving might include bike instead of drive, schedule a post-dinner walk, dance around when you're doing housework, have fun with it, take on more activities, hobbies. Is there hobbies that you like that you just don't do? Active hobbies? Try adding some. Always take the stairs. Park further away in the parking lot so you have to walk. How do you schedule in movement in your day? I'd like just some feedback on that, how you schedule movement in your day. So let's go over emotional self. The emotional component to self is the most often ignored. Do you ignore it? Yet it is just as important as the rest of the triangle. You are what you think. Remember that. Really remember that. If you do not believe you can recover, it is likely that will become your reality. On the other hand, if you are hopeful and positive, your ability to overcome health complications increases significantly. Feed your passion. Spend time with the people you love. Find things that makes you feel relaxed. Manage your stress. And the most important of all, don't forget to love yourself throughout your healing process. Surround the people around you that you love. Stay positive. Positivity is the key. Sick and tired of being stressed? Do I have any answers there? Being in the chronic state of stress truly breeds disease, especially autoimmunity and inflammation. Everyone manages stress differently, but to add a little relief into your life, try a couple of these examples. Deep breathing. Just stop and take a deep breath in. Have a fun exercise. Practice yoga. Practice foundation training. And if you don't know what foundation training is, contact me and I'll teach you foundation training. Get a massage. Do some meditation. Make art. Spend time with loved ones. Do any of you have any ideas you would like to add to this list? First and foremost, get the proper testing done to identify your body's unique needs and treat accordingly. Luckily, there are other things you can do to amplify your health right now. Here are some of these additional action steps you can take to win the fight against autoimmunity complications and take control of your health. Try intermediate fasting. Cut out all grains, dairy, nightshades, and processed foods. Change your diet to only contain easy to digest whole foods. Administrate an elimination diet. Stay adequate hydrated. Get that water intake. Make sure to eat enough fiber. Take a really good probiotic. And if you don't have one, I can help you with that. Just contact me. Supplement with digestive enzymes. I can help you with that as well. Get you a really good enzymes, digestive enzymes that will help. Avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Detox regularly. Lemon essential oil is great for that. Practice deep breathing exercise. Adapt good hygiene practices. Exercise regularly. Just move. It doesn't matter what level of exercise, just simply move. Connect with others. Be sure to sleep enough. Sleeping is very important. Remember, guys, it's the big picture. Rest when you need it. Find a hobby you love. And lastly, do what makes you feel happy and healthy. I would like to take this time to thank you for joining us. If anyone recommended this webinar, please contact them and they'll help you on your journey to wellness. And if you don't have anyone, I would love to help you in your journey to wellness. I'll be pasting my link. If you have any information or have any questions, just contact me at jody@clinicalmassageoffice.com. And again, I will be posting my website link. So have a great day and I'll see you next time. Thank you.